he's such a billionaire, bro. Holy shit. And I mean that as a pejorative, okay? He is so far beyond, like, the genuine impacts of white supremacy at this stage, it feels like. Or even if he's not, he feels like he is, that he can just, like, put it on like a bodysuit for a brief moment. You know what I mean? Kanye West also went on Piers Morgan Uncensored and had a conversation with Piers, who's on a roll, okay, trying to get everyone to forget how awful he is by consistently finding as many awful people as he physically can that are somehow worse than him to position himself as a good person. Make no mistake, Piers Morgan, not a good person, definitely a bad guy, even if he has worse people on camera standing alongside him as he says, "Oh my, oh dear, unacceptable what you've done so far, my good sir." Okay? That's what he's been doing. Piers Morgan Uncensored is unironically just constantly finding worse people than him to make it seem like he's a better person. Don't fall for the grift.
You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen to the pain. I'm not a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments, and I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God! God forbid, one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through.
You know what's really funny about that? Oh, Kanye, remembering that he's black all of a sudden in an effort to defend himself against anti-Semitism, even though he's acting like he hasn't spent the last fucking month going on a white supremacist parade, quite literally going all the way to fucking shit on George Floyd. So much so that the George Floyd family is suing him, okay? Holy shit. It's like, oh no, one word can be so problematic, right? Oh no, remember what happened to black people? Like, that's crazy that you're saying that, Kanye. That's crazy. That's an insane thing that you're saying that currently, okay? And I know a lot of fucking desperate Kanye stans will try to jump to that and be like, well, he's right about that. Yeah, he's right about it, but also, what do you have, goldfish memory? Did you fucking forget what he said yesterday? Anyway. Also, speaking of one word triggering Kanye West, ironic because he routinely fucking freaks out when people don't call him a billionaire, apparently. Something that he's brought up a million times over.
For years, even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one has cared about black people.
All right.
No one is.
Let me say, I agree that the racism against black people.
Wait,
rights movement, like the blacks being.
Bro, come on. This is so fucking disingenuous, dude. This is so disingenuous. People are going to get fucking mad at me. You can clip this if you want. I don't give a shit. I know people are going to get mad at me and act like Kanye West hasn't been saying the most vicious anti-black shit for the past month, okay? Holy fuck, dude. He's literally using legitimate black trauma, which he has also participated in and contributed to in contemporary society, to turn around and be like, oh, well, what the fuck? That's crazy. That's insane, dude. Holy fuck.
Ushered to the left.
I mean, this is Clandis Owens playbook 101 for for
during the civil rights movement. No one has cared about black people.
All right.
No one is.
Let me say,
Piers Morgan is too Caucasian and too British to effectively retort here and be like, what are you saying? You don't care about black people. We have heard your statements about black people in general, about Black Lives Matter, but Piers Morgan, too conservative, too Caucasian, and most importantly, too British to bring that up as a retort.
I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable, and thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place about the way it has treated black people like you. However, one form of racism doesn't justify. It's almost
in a better place.
Well, one form of racism doesn't justify another.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence so you can respond. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going deaf-blind for Jewish people.
I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point
he's saying he's saying I've been hurt. Not by white supremacy, by the way. Now he's saying he's been hurt by white supremacy because he feels like that's a better media narrative for him to tie on to. Dude, he's such a billionaire, bro. Holy shit. And I mean that as a pejorative, okay? That is, like, he is so far above. He is so far beyond, like, the genuine impacts of white supremacy at this stage, it feels like. Or even if he's not, he feels like he is. That he can just, like, put it on. Like a bodysuit for a brief moment. You know what I mean? He's just like only remembering or only weaponizing that the intergenerational trauma and struggle that black people have faced, like he's not been fucking trying to do white supremacist marketing campaigns so he can straight up target the worst Nazis as a new market.
Point of this interview is for you to question me and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago, but we're here today. There's been plenty.
Oh, he's like, I'm done. I'm over. My anti-Semite arc is done. You tried to pull me back to a week ago. Motherfucker, that was yesterday. You said yesterday. You said yesterday that the Candace Owens documentary is really good about George Floyd. You said yesterday that you didn't that you're not apologizing. You said Jewish media yesterday. He probably said it in this interview. We haven't finished it yet. But all things considered, you probably did say it today too. I would not be surprised, which is wild. He's like, man, I have done so much growth. You don't understand. I've done so much growth, and I am not the man I was yesterday, okay? That is a long time ago. That's yesterday. I am looking at today, okay? To-yay. I'm a different person. I've changed. I've done a growth. I've done a learning. I read Ibram Kendi again, okay?
Of conversations and commentary since that, but you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in. Here's what I want you to do.
There's a difference between going back to the 1960s, which I don't know how that fits, to 7 days ago. That's not the last time he said some shit. Like, what the fuck? Kanye West be like, time is relative, okay? Time is relative. I mean, why are you going to hold me accountable for things I said yesterday? It's kind of fucked up. Why are you holding me accountable for things I said 10 minutes ago?
I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Yeah, here's how we grow. I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown?
Have
we grown? You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth, Chris.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Piers, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Why
exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
What the fuck is going on, bro? Kanye on his train wrecks arc. Dude, what is happening? He said he sunned him with how much money he has. That is so fucking stupid, man. Oh my God. This is unironically what happens. This is what happens. He just can't shit on capitalism and capitalists because it's like baked into his existence. He's like, the richer the man, the bigger the number, the better the person. The better the person, the better the person.
I'd love to take your business advice.
Why would I listen to you?
Why do you hear what my advice is?
Said, you're a broke boy. Why would I listen to you, broke boy? Oh, no.
Work out if I'm wrong. Can we do that deal?
Well, the thing is, you haven't given me any credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made, the brilliant, if I do say so myself, comparison that I made to the cops pulling over one black person and locking everyone up.
I understand what you're saying.
And my tweet having issues.
Oh my God, this is awesome. This is literally the fucking... Dude, white people do this shit, like racist white people do this shit all the time when they're like, excuse me, slavery was fought for and abolished by white people. It's like, okay, well, slavery is also done by white people, right? Like, the fuck do you mean? Kanye West, unironically, is doing, because his example is good. His example is talking about like how racial profiling is bad, right? And he's saying like, you know, their cops loop every black person that they arrest under the same fucking umbrella or whatever the fuck, right? And that's kind of wrong that I did that for anti-Semitism. He's basically trying to do cleanup, but he can't even do cleanup adequately because he's so fucking narcissistic. And he's like, give me credit right now for how well that analogy worked out, which immediately gives the game away. You are not experiencing self-reflection. You are not taking on accountability. You literally have moved on immediately. You're like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that was anti-Semitic. I'm wrong. Give me credit now immediately for the growth and learning that I engaged. That's not how human beings operate. No one is going to fucking, like, half the people on the planet that have seen your anti-Semitic takes have not heard this yet, have not even heard you apologize for it.
Wait a second. I wasn't done with the sentence. My tweet referring to all Jewish people, I said, for the sake of this conversation, I will refer to the business people who have destroyed me and my people and my fellow creatives. But you didn't even accept that I gave you that. You tried to push me back into 1960.
No, I didn't.
You tried to push me back into last week.
No, I didn't.
Okay, do you accept that example that I gave you?
I understand completely the example you gave me. I think all racism is wrong.
So I feel that we've grown.
I would like you to reflect.
I feel we've grown.
If
you
feel we've grown? If you've now changed what you wanted to say originally, my question for you is, do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I don't think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not. You know, I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I caused hurt and...
Wait, what the fuck? He said no, absolutely not, but then now he's apologizing for it? I don't get it.
Confusion. And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through, and that I use my platform where you say hurt people, and I was hurt. Yeah.
It's an uncensored interview. You said something which you've now wished you had.
Dude, he's also fucking saying like, dude, this is craziness. It's not just the DEFCON 3 shit, man. You've said so much more anti-Semitic shit since then. What the fuck? Kanye West said, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, and then actually ended up going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people on numerous outlets. Like, he did. He showed us what he meant by that. It's not about the tweet, man.
Hadn't said, and you've apologized. I actually think that says a lot about you, right? That shows you've got that ability to be self-aware, to understand when you cross a line. I think someone like you, with all your energy and creativity and your passion, you're going to say stuff. The way that you talk constantly and in such an extraordinary manner, you're going to trip up. You're going to say things the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong in when you do that, doing what you just did and saying, look, I'm sorry, I crossed a line, I apologize.
I want to say that it's wrong to hold an apology hostage, and I got to let go of that and free myself of the trauma and say, look, I'm just going to give it all up to God right now. And say to those families that I hurt, I really want to give you guys a big hug. And I want to, I say, I'm sorry for hurting you with my comments. And I want to word it in not in like a political way, but in a presidential way, which means what I knew a president to be when I was growing up.
I mean, is there a symptom of like having bipolar disorder that like, destroys your understanding of time? Like, I don't know. Is that like a symptom? Because it feels like... Don't ask Twitch chat. Yeah, I know. This is a dumb thing to ask Twitch chat. But it literally feels like he just forgot the concept of fucking time. Like, he thinks this happened so long ago and that he's grown from it when he kind of has not. Chaotic Priest says, why does it always seem like the people that mention God as much as he does is just batshit crazy? Because they kind of are. Make this man the president of the Florida PvP zone, the role he was meant for. Yeah. When you are manic, you can lose time. You got to admit it's kind of funny to see Piers, of all people, calling him out for this and actually being correct. No, this is Piers Morgan's new show.